Welcome to my channel official history of coins of 3 fascinating $1 coins from the United States, where we uncover the stories, the scarcity, and the significant value hidden within these small pieces of American history. Let's get started. American coinage. The 1979 SusanBAnthony holds a uniquely paradoxical position. A coin that was a commercial failure in its own time, yet has matured into a subject of intense numismatic fascination. For collectors, its allure is not found in precious metal content or ancient lineage, but in its role as a socio-numismatic experiment that boldly broke with tradition. The coin's market demand today is driven by a sophisticated pursuit of condition rarities and die varieties, transforming pocket change relics into 5-figure treasures. It is a series that rewards the discerning eye, with the difference between a common keepsake and a trophy coin lies in millimeters of rim placement or the sharpness of a MintMark, making it a compelling challenge for those who appreciate the subtle nuances of modern minting technology. The historical backdrop of the $Anthony is a tale of good intentions meeting public resistance. Struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints following a 1978 law signed by President Jimmy Carter, it was conceived as a practical replacement for the bulky Eisenhower dollar, intended to save the government money in printing costs. Its most profound significance, however, lies on its obverse. The portrait of suffragist Susan B. Anthony made it the first circulating U.S. coin to depict a real historical woman, a landmark decision in an era of expanding equal rights advocacy. Yet, this noble tribute was overshadowed by a critical design flaw. Its similar size and silvery color to the Washington quarter led to widespread public confusion and rejection. The public's steadfast preference for the dollar bill ensured the coin's rapid decline, creating the very conditions of hoarding and limited circulation that would later underpin its collectability. The coin's physical design, masterfully executed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, is a study in juxtaposed themes. The obverse presents a starkly realistic, left-facing portrait of Anthony, a departure from the allegorical figures that traditionally graced U.S. coinage, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies. In stark contrast, the reverse is a forward-looking tribute to modernity, featuring an eagle landing on the moon with an olive branch, a design adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, with the Earth visible in the background. Struck on a copper-nickel-clad planchet, it weighs 8.1 grams and measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter. In high-grade conditions, particularly in MS67 and above, the satiny luster of the original mint state can be fully appreciated, transforming the utilitarian surfaces into a canvas of untouched, radiant metal. Rarity for the 1979 Anthony is an intricate concept, defined less by absolute mintage figures and more by specific varieties and survival rates in pristine condition. While over 757 million were struck across all facilities, the distribution is uneven. The key to significant value lies in the 1979 P-wide rim, or near date variety, a design modification made mid-year that moved the date closer to the rim, which is far scarcer than its narrow rim counterpart. For ProofCoins from San Francisco, the rarity is found in the 1979 S-Type 2 Clear S MintMark, which is dramatically more elusive than the common filled S-Type 1. Furthermore, the condition census is brutally unforgiving. A coin graded MS68 is exponentially rarer than one at MS65, with populations often numbering in the single digits, making these perfect specimens the holy grail of the series. The market value of these ultra-rare $1,979 can command prices from $1,000 to well over $6,000, reflecting the intense competition for top-tier examples. A pristine 1979 P-wide rim dollar in MS67, a condition far superior to the typical uncirculated example, has realized nearly $7,000 at auction, showcasing the premium for this specific variety in elite preservation. Meanwhile, the finest known examples of the commoner mint marks can shatter expectations. A 1979 D in a perfect MS68 grade carries an estimated value of $10,000, and a 1979 S in MS68 has been valued at over $34,000, demonstrating that condition is the ultimate arbiter of worth. Even the proof varieties contribute to this high-end market. with a 1979 S-Type 2 proof, 70 deep cameo, commanding prices that firmly place it within the four-figure range, driven by its perfect grade and scarcity. For the collector aspiring to acquire one of these numismatic gems, a strategy centered on certification is non-negotiable. Given the subtle nature of the varieties and the immense value placed on high grades, purchasing coins slabbed by PCGS or NGC provides the essential guarantees of authenticity, grade, and variety attribution. Aspiring buyers should focus on the 1979 P-wide rim for its historical intrigue, or seek out the 1979 S-Type 2 proof for its elegant cameo contrast. Attending major auctions from Heritage or Stax Bowers is often the best venue to find these finest known specimens, while reputable online dealers can offer reliably graded MS-66 and MS-67 examples. Proper storage in inert, climate-controlled holders is paramount to preserve the delicate luster and surfaces that justify the coin's premium valuation. In conclusion, the 1979 SusanBAnthonyDollar stands as a testament to the idea that failure in the marketplace can breed success in the collector's cabinet. Its historical significance as a first for women on U.S. coinage, combined with its unique design quirks and the extreme condition sensitivity of its survival, ensures its place in modern numismatics. For the experienced collector, it offers a challenging puzzle of varieties and grades. For the newcomer, it represents an accessible entry point into high-stakes condition collecting. As populations of high-grade examples remain static and demand from a new generation of collectors grows, these ultra-rare AnthonyDollars possess a tangible potential for continued appreciation, solidifying their status as modern classics worth far more than their humble dollar denomination. Next coin at first glance, the 1980 SusanBAnthonyDollar might appear to be just another failed government experiment in currency, a smallish-clad coin that the public mistook for a quarter and subsequently rejected. Yet, within the niche corners of modern numismatics, this particular issue from the Philadelphia Mint has quietly ascended to a status that its humble beginnings would never have suggested. For collectors who look beyond the surface, the 1980 P represents a fascinating paradox. A coin with a substantial mintage that is surprisingly difficult to locate in pristine condition, making it a modern-day condition rarity. Its appeal lies not in leisure, but in the challenge it presents, the pursuit of the perfect gem example that stands as a testament to the quality that the mint could achieve, even for a coin the public did not want. Struck in 1980 at the Philadelphia Mint, this coin arrived during the second year of the SusanBAnthonyDollar's troubled existence. The series was authorized by President Jimmy Carter in 1978 as a cost-saving measure to replace the large and heavy Eisenhower dollar, but its release in 1979 was met with immediate public disdain. The public's confusion with the coin's similarity to the quarter was so pronounced that by 1980, the mint was already producing significantly fewer coins for circulation, sensing the program's imminent failure. The 1980 P, therefore, was minted in a climate of public apathy, destined mostly for bank vaults and the pockets of an unimpressed citizenry who spent them as soon as they received them. This historical context of failure is crucial, as it set the stage for the coin's future scarcity in high grades. The design of the 1980 P SusanBAnthonyDollar is the work of Frank Gasparo, the 10th chief engraver of the United States Mint. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of women's suffrage leader SusanBAnthony, with the motto Liberty above and the date below. The reverse, echoing the Eisenhower dollar that preceded it, depicts an eagle landing on the moon, borrowing the Apollo 11 mission insignia design. This imagery, with an olive branch in its talons, symbolizes a peaceful arrival. Struck on a planchet composed of a 75% copper and 25% nickel clad over a pure copper core, the coin measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs 8.1 grams. In high-grade conditions, the fields exhibit a satiny, lustrous finish that can appear almost proof-like, a stark contrast to the often dull, baggy examples that are typically found. The true measure of the 1980 P's value lies not in its mintage numbers, which are substantial, but in the steep drop-off of surviving examples in mint state condition. Unlike later issues in the series that were saved in rolls by speculators, the 1980 P was largely ignored at the time of its release. Coins that did enter circulation were quickly worn down, their high points losing their luster. This has created a condition rarity, where a coin graded mint state, 67, MS67, becomes exceptionally elusive. A decade and a half ago, the population of coins at the MS68 level was virtually non-existent, with only 2 certified by PCGS, and none finer. Today, while a few more have been graded at the upper echelons, the sheer scarcity of gem quality, unblemished examples, is the primary driver of its value, transforming a common coin into a coveted prize. This profound scarcity directly propels the market value of the 1980 P into the upper ranges of the numismatic market. While a typical circulated or even an average uncirculated example, MS63, can be acquired for a modest sum, the journey up the grading scale is marked by exponential price increases. A superb gem example certified at MS67 can command prices well into the thousands of dollars. For the collectors seeking the pinnacle of the series, a 1980 P AnthonyDollar graded MS68 represents the holy grail. Based on the extreme population data and the performance of similar modern condition rarities, the market value for such a specimen would realistically fall within the range of $4,500 to $6,000, reflecting its position as one of the finest known examples of its date. For the collector intent on securing a high-grade 1980 P, the path is clear. One must prioritize certification. The subtle differences between an MS65 and an MS67, a single hidden contact mark or a hint of toning, can mean a difference of thousands of dollars, and only a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC, can provide the impartial, third-party verification necessary for such a high-stakes purchase. Prospective buyers should focus on coins with original, unblemished surfaces and full, undisturbed mint luster. Acquiring such a piece requires patience and a focus on the major auction houses and reputable dealers who specialize in modern rarities, as these coins rarely appear in common online marketplaces without significant due diligence required. In conclusion, the 1980 P. SusanBAnthonyDollar stands as a compelling chapter in the story of American coinage, a coin whose value today is inversely proportional to the public's opinion of it upon release. Its historical significance is rooted in the twilight years of a failed currency experiment, while its modern-day appeal is entirely a function of its remarkable condition rarity. For the numismatist, it offers a pure collecting challenge, the hunt for perfection in an unlikely place. As more collectors come to appreciate the difficulty of assembling a high-grade set of this short-lived series, the demand for these pristine survivors is likely to remain strong, solidifying the 1980 P status not just as a collectible, but as a significant modern American rarity with a bright future. Second coin in the constellation of modern American numismatics, the 1981 SusanBAnthonyDollar holds a position of profound and unique significance, a coin that commands attention not for the flamboyance of its design, but for the subtle allure of its scarcity. To the uninitiated, it might appear as merely a failed experiment in currency, a small, clad dollar coin easily mistaken for a quarter. Yet for the dedicated collector, the 1981 issue represents the undisputed key to the entire series, a final whisper of a mintage that was cut short, making high-grade examples objects of intense desire and significant value. Its appeal lies in this very paradox. It is a modern coin, yet its availability in pristine condition is so limited that it rivals the elusive nature of classic rarities, ensuring its place as a cornerstone in any comprehensive collection of late 20th century U.S. coinage. The historical backdrop against which the 1981 SusanBAnthonyDollar was minted is essential to understanding its current status. After an unsuccessful debut in 1979, where the public confused the coin with the quarter due to its similar size and color, and a lackluster follow-up in 1980, the Treasury Department was eager to phase out the program. By 1981, the decision had been made to discontinue the coin for circulation. Consequently, the mintage of 1981 dated dollars was never intended for general commerce. Instead, the 3 million from Philadelphia, 3,250,000 from Denver, and 3,492,000 from San Francisco were struck exclusively for inclusion in that year's uncirculated mint sets and special proof sets. A final bow before the series was shelved until a brief, unheralded return in 1999. This origin story, as a coin made only for collectors, fundamentally shapes its narrative and its rarity today. Designed by Chief Engraver Frank Gasparo, the $1,981 retains the same compelling imagery as its predecessors. The obverse presents a powerful, forward-facing portrait of SusanBAnthony, the first real woman to appear on a U.S. circulating coin, with her right shoulder marking the spot for the MintMark. The reverse is a striking homage to the Apollo 11 moon landing, depicting an eagle descending onto the lunar surface, clutching an olive branch, with the Earth suspended in the cosmos above. A design adapted from the Apollo 11 commemorative medal. Struck on a planchet of copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core, the coin measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighs 8.1 grams. In the highest grades, the satiny luster and sharp strike details, particularly in Anthony's hair and the eagle's feathers, become breathtakingly beautiful, transforming a common Susie into a miniature work of art. The concept of rarity is relative, and for the 1981 P and 1981 S issues, it is defined by the extreme difficulty of finding them in premium uncirculated condition. While the mintages hover around 3 million, the vast majority of these coins were handled, packaged, and stored with little regard for long-term preservation, resulting in widespread contact marks and subdued luster. The 1981 P holds the title for the lowest mintage in the entire series, making it the undisputed key date. However, the 1981 S presents an even greater challenge in the highest echelons of grade. Numismatic experts note that while the 1981 P is scarce, the 1981 S is the toughest to locate in MS66 and above, a phenomenon where condition rarity eclipses even the lowest mintage figures. The 1981 D, while more available in mid-range uncirculated grades, also becomes increasingly elusive as the condition census climbs. The market value of a superior 1981 SusanBAnthonyDollar is where its quiet significance roars to life. While a standard, ungraded example might be worth a modest premium, the pursuit of perfection commands a price that can start around $2,400 and descend well beyond, comfortably within the specified range and often exceeding it. The true value lies in the race for the finest known specimens. For instance, a 1981 P-Dollar graded MS67 by PCGS, a near-perfect example from a scam population, is a trophy coin whose value can reach into the multiple thousands of dollars. The 1981 S, in the equally challenging grade of MS67, commands a similar premium, its value driven by the intense competition among series specialists to complete high-grade registry sets. These are not merely coins, they are the keystones of world-class collections, and their prices reflect this exalted status. For the discerning collector, acquiring a high-grade 1981 AnthonyDollar is a pursuit that demands patience and knowledge. The most critical piece of advice is to seek out coins that have been professionally certified by leading third-party grading services like PCGS or NGC. The certification guarantees the coin's authenticity and, more importantly, provides an immutable grade that preserves its value and marketability. When evaluating a candidate, one must look beyond the grade on the holder and assess the coin's eye appeal, the quality of its luster, the absence of distracting marks, and the sharpness of its strike. Storage is paramount. These clad coins should be kept in a stable, climate-controlled environment within their protective holders to prevent any degradation of their surfaces. The best avenues for acquisition are major numismatic auctions, where the finest examples periodically appear, or from well-established, reputable dealers who specialize in modern rarities. In conclusion, the 1981 SusanBAnthonyDollar stands as a testament to the nuanced beauty of coin collecting, where historical context, ephemeral rarity, and the relentless pursuit of perfection converge. It is a coin that narrates the end of an era, a final, limited edition release that inadvertently created a modern key date. Its value, particularly in the highest grades, is not built on hype, but on the solid foundation of its genuine scarcity and its essential role in completing a set. For the collector who secures a pristine, high-grade 1981 P or 1981 S, They possess not just a coin, but a piece of American history that is as rare as it is rewarding. A true gem of modern numismatics, with a legacy that is assured to appreciate as the generations of collectors who remember its origin continue to seek it out.